What's going on, all my haunted followers? So this was a requested video, and before I post my 7 Gates video, I thought this would be a really cool video to do. It's been something I want to do for a long time, and hopefully it's information that I can share with others. Now, I want to, again, disclaimer that I am no expert, and anybody in the paranormal field who claims to be an expert is a fake. I only know what I know through the years of doing this, and that goes for anybody in this field who has been doing this for years. We only know so much. So the information that I'm going to share is the information that I know of, and in the years, 15 years of doing this, this is what I've learned. So obviously there are 4 types of hauntings. You have your residual energy or residual haunting, you have your poltergeist, you have a intelligent haunting, and you have your demonic haunting. Now there are several different types of hauntings, but these are the main ones and mainly what a lot of investigators follow by. So again, 4 types of hauntings that we follow by, and there's certain criterias, if you will, that fall into that category. So here they are. So the first type of haunting, or the most common type of haunting, is a residual haunting, or maybe residual energy, right? And typically what it is something traumatic that happened at a location that energy is now stuck in time. And think about it this way. I like to think about it this way, right? It's like a videotape, right? And that image is permanently burned into the videotape. And let's say, for instance, you videotaped a car driving by at 4 o'clock on December 2nd. And now that image is now burned into that videotape. And there's never getting rid of that image. That is burned into that location. Obviously, it's not so nice as that, but usually you have like a murder, a rape, or something extremely negative to burn into that, or suicide too. I like the story that gets shared a lot about a man who purchased his old home, and at 3 o'clock on every single Friday, he saw a woman walking down the hallway, and she disappeared into the wall. And he just decided, I'm knocking down the house, I'm not going to deal with this haunting. And on Friday at 3 o'clock, he saw, now instead of a full body person or apparition, he saw a head walking down the hallway and disappearing into the wall, because he had the floor had leveled up a little bit, right? So that's a perfect example of what a residual haunting is. And typically with a residual haunting, there's no getting rid of that residual haunting. So if something like this occurs in your home, you know, the best thing to do is kind of deal with it. Now, there is methods to get ridding this energy of your home, because think about it, it's energy, right? It's negative energy. And what can we do with negative energy? We can cleanse the home and dissipate this energy, if you will. So there is getting rid of this. It's just contacting a local paranormal team, having them come in, do the investigation, and hopefully fixing the situation for you. Okay, so how do you know you're dealing with a residual haunting? Like I said, if you're seeing an image of a person or something happening at exactly 2 o'clock every single day, or at a certain time, you're most likely dealing with a residual haunting. If there's no intelligence to it, I had a client, right, and she experienced a male figure walking by her staircase at 12 o'clock on every night, and it was normal for her to go to bed at this time, and she would always see this image. And she said that sometimes she'd go to bed later and she wouldn't see this image. So this is a perfect example of a residual energy. Again, there's no intelligence, there's really nothing to worry about. Contact your local paranormal team, and 90% of the time, most teams will come out, cleanse the area, and hopefully dissipate that energy, and you really have nothing to worry about. So this is the most common and most uncommon type of haunting, and I say that because a lot of these paranormal TV shows depict this as the most common, when in reality it's really uncommon for us to come across a type of haunting like this. Intelligent haunting is the spirit is intelligent enough to communicate with you. You're aware of them, they're aware of you. This could be a malevolent spirit, this could be a family member, this could be a person who originally owned the home that you just moved into. Basically, they know you're there and you know they're there. So, as I said before, if you believe your house is being haunted and that spirit is intelligent enough to grab your attention, you're probably dealing with an intelligent haunting. If you see an apparition and they're very well aware you're there and you know they're there, you're probably dealing with an intelligent haunting. The good thing about intelligent hauntings, and I never say good when it comes to hauntings because some people deal with it in a different way, it's easy to rid that home of that intelligent haunting, or rid your home of that ghost, and it's just basically cleansing that home and pushing that spirit out into the light, or onto the spirit realm, if you will. Contacting a local paranormal team, having a medium or psychic come out that can communicate with that spirit and say it's time to move on, and ridding your home of that spirit. Now, if the spirit is good and you can live amongst the spirit, all it really takes is communicating with the spirit and letting them know that they're welcome to stay there, but make them well aware that that is your home now and you're willing to live with them if you can live in peace. Poltergeist, or the German word for a noisy ghost. This type of haunting is of a spirit or spirits who have a tremendous amount of energy that can move heavy objects. It's not like a normal spirit where it takes a lot of energy just to move a cup, right? These spirits can move beds, heavy furniture. They've been known to move refrigerators. Typically, as an investigator or investigators, we walk into a home, our first thoughts are demonic. But with this type of haunting, there's never typically an attack on the residents. It's just that there's so much power that they can move these things. Another thing is to think about is it's well known that young female members of the home who are going through a traumatic experience, or they're going through puberty, for some reason have the ability to move these heavy objects. So when we come into an investigation like this, that's what we point to. So poltergeist isn't necessarily evil or demonic. It could just be a number of spirits who have so much energy that they can move heavy objects. Our poltergeist hauntings are very rare. So when it comes to something like this, it's basically just trying to figure out what is actually happening. Is it a spirit, or is it the family member that's going through something in her life that is causing this energy? And again, getting a paranormal team out there to do the investigation and figure out where this is coming from. It could be as simple as that, and it could be a little bit more harder, where it is a spirit, malevolent spirit that is just trying to make your life a living hell. So the most well-known and probably the most frightening type of haunting there is, and it's always depicted in all these horror movies, paranormal activity, whatever, is a demonic haunting. And what is a demonic haunting? I hate calling a demonic haunting a haunting, because to me, a haunting is innocent. A human spirit haunts a home. A demon terrorizes you. Their intent is to do nothing but harm, right? Their intent is to possess you. Doesn't care about your house. It only cares about harming you and basically taking over you or possessing you. So demonic hauntings don't just happen, and there's going to be investigators out there who disagree with me, and there's going to be investigators out there who agree with me. A demon is not just going to follow someone home. Typically, demons are brought in because someone is doing black magic, they're doing satanic rituals, or they're messing with Ouija board. And that's the most common way for a demon to come in with a Ouija board, because you think that you're talking to a human spirit, when in reality it's a demon trying to I guess lie to you, and that demon's going to make you think it's something more innocent, right? So yeah, I mean, can a demon follow you home from a location? It's rare, because again, a demon isn't haunting a home. It's trying to break down a family member or someone who they believe is weak. So why would that demon, who's already doing work on a certain location or a certain person, go from one spot to another unless they believe you're weak? And that's rare. So demons or demonic hauntings can very well be, I guess, avoided. If you don't deal with, satanic rituals, you're not dealing with Ouija boards, you're not dealing with black magic, you're not going to really run into a type of haunting like this. And that's the point I'm trying to make across to people, is these type of hauntings, and hopefully make a lot of people feel better, is that these type of hauntings are extremely, extremely, extremely rare, and they don't just happen. So the most common things when you're dealing with a demonic haunting is attacks on the family members. Typically scratches in threes. Everything is in threes with these things. The smell of rotting flesh, frightening images, nightmares, all of these things. Again, this demon is trying to break you of your free will, just trying to break you down, drain your energy so that it can possess. So unfortunately, with a demonic haunting, it is not easy to get rid of, because you have to understand that demon is going to fight tooth and nail not to go back to where it came from, wherever that may be. So it's going to fight, right? And again, demons aren't trying to haunt a home, they're trying to possess a person. So you've heard it before, the best way to deal with these things is an exorcism of the house. Or we're going to focus on the family member who is being attacked the most, and possibly an exorcism of that person. You have to be well aware of these type of hauntings. I think the worst thing people do is think that they're going to grab crosses and run around the house with holy water, and in reality, you're making the situation worse. And I said it again, I'll say it before, contact your local paranormal team, have them come out, do the investigation. And in reality, and I was the same way for a very long time, I just didn't deal with demonic hauntings because I didn't have the tools, I didn't have the knowledge to deal with these things. Now that I do, I think it's a little bit easier to walk into a home, and if a family member is dealing with this, I have the access to deal with that. But there's a lot of paranormal teams that won't deal with it. Maybe having a member of the church come out, like I said, a priest or something, who could do the exorcism or cleanse the home as much as possible. But in reality, you never know if that demon is going to be gone. You hear that a lot from a lot of these TV shows, a lot of paranormal teams. You never know. It could come back, and unfortunately, it might. So to make myself clear, demonic hauntings are extremely rare, and they can be avoided. Stay away from black magic, stay away from satanic rituals, and stay away from Ouija boards, and I don't think that anyone will ever have a problem. And honestly, if you believe that you're dealing with this type of haunting, do not hesitate. Get a paranormal team out there and get help. So guys, I hope that you liked the video, and hopefully that answers some of your questions about hauntings. I can only give you so much information because I only have so much knowledge. Again, I am not an expert in this stuff. I've been doing this for about 15 years, and I am still learning. If you believe you're dealing with any type of these hauntings, reach out to me. If I'm not in your area, I will gladly reach out to a paranormal team near you and get the help that you need. Happy hauntings.